So I have Rich and Ross of Haken with me. How are you guys?
We're great. This is the last day of our bus tour of Europe. We're pretty tired. We just had a ferry crossing across the channel. So today's been pretty stressful, but the tour's been great and we feel amazing. Yeah.
Obviously, talking about the new record, what inspired the name Vector? Was it specifically to do with the idea of, you know, like what a vector represents? It's an exact kind of...
It's a very multifaceted answer, actually. Firstly, the V symbolises the fifth album in Roman numerals. that was a starting point. And the concept of the album was loosely based around the origins of the Cockroach King, which is a previous song, and Vector being the basically the bite of the insect, and that's where we've snowballed that idea from.
That's like a lesser known meaning of the word vector.
Indeed.
Yeah, so I didn't even know what it meant at first. I was like, what are you talking about? And I remember looking up on Google, and it means it's the bite of an organism or an insect.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So
or an insect harbouring a disease or some sort of.
So there's themes on the album which tip the hat to some of our earlier themes on previous albums, and they're largely Cockroach King.
Oh, right, okay. Why Cockroach King? Because I know it's like a massive fan favourite.
That's true. To be honest, like we're quite inspired by this, by creating like a Marvel universe, but in the Haken world. So there are a lot of Easter eggs within lyrics and the concept, the packaging, which refer to other songs and albums and lyrics from other songs. And this is the first time I've really openly said this. This was stuff that actually was put there for people to discover. Yeah, like I said, we never want to make the same record twice.
Well, that was going to be my next question, was why heavy? Like what?
I don't think there's any distinct reason for it, to be honest. I think a lot of the ideas, or the initial ideas, came about from some jam sessions that we were having. We went for the approach where we'd meet up and try and jam through stuff in a live context. And I think naturally those kind of sessions, the ideas gravitate towards a more gritty, raw sound. And they were the seeds that grew into the songs that are on the album. So I think a large part of it is because of that whole approach to the writing.
So you kind of wanted to have like more of a live sort of sound?
Yeah, I guess so. And I think we grew up listening to bands like Machine Head, Fear Factory, then Meshuggah, those kind of guys. And it's good to celebrate those influences.
Yeah, it's a common denominator within our band that the thing that bonds us all is that we all love metal. we all have very eclectic tastes as well, but metal is very important for us. When we perform these songs live, and it's the riffs that really get people going, and it makes it so much more fun for us.
I bet they go down a treat line. Yeah,
I mean this tour has been so much fun.
The set's very songs. It's very Vector heavy, isn't it? So basically the set is just full of our heaviest songs. So we're doing Architect as well, then apart from Crystallized, which has its heavy moments.
Does it kind of get difficult? You know, you mentioned Crystallized. Obviously it's a very long song. So to keep that in your set when you're adding more and more new material, is it difficult to kind of be like, should we play this one? I don't know.
I mean, we always keep an epic for the encore. So it might not always be crystallized, but we'll always allow that time when we plan our set lists to make sure there's at least an extra 20 minutes free to do like Celestial Elixir or Visions or something epic, you know, crystallized on this tour. Yeah. Crystallized came from the song Snow, which was one of the first songs we ever wrote as Haken. So it really has like a deeper kind of resonance with us, you know, for sure.
I mean, it's always been kind of something that's gone, you know, together with prog. I feel like this kind of concept, I guess. Why do you guys think that is?
I've never really stopped to analyse that, to be honest. I guess there's a geeky nature within us all. That kind of thing appeals to us as musicians.
I reckon it's also because the music is generally quite larger than life, multi-layered, and having that extra narrative or story that's intertwined with the music just gives it that deeper dimension.
Because I was going to say, like, what are the concepts around the record? Because I always find it really hard to interpret lyrics sometimes. Like, I'm better with music, but I'd love to.
Well,
Me too.
yeah, I mean,
if you don't mind.
well, each song took its own kind of experiment, as it were.
Yeah.
So The Good Doctor was about electrotherapy and things like that. And the puzzle box was the Milgram puzzle box, wasn't it?
Dyke puzzle box.
That's right.
Yeah. But they kind of, there's a lot of tip of the hats to various different psychologists and experiments that took place in the 50s. But there's the overall arc of the story is about the guy who's undergoing like electric shock therapy, isn't he? And it's all about him trying to deal with the issues that arise from this therapy.
I also wanted to ask what inspired the whole Rorschach thing. I thought it was such a cool thing to engage your fans and everything like that.
Well, it ties in exactly to the psychological treatments and experiments and tests that were done for people, and that obviously Rorschach is famous for, using those for people who, what do you see here, you know? Reveal a lot about someone's personality or what's going on in their brain. So it just seemed to tie in nicely to the overall.
How many submissions did you get?
Oh, good question.
There was a whole bunch, wasn't there? It was really amazing to see the talent within our fan base. So it was hard for us to decide because there were so many amazing pieces of work. I think even my wife did a submission, but she didn't tell anyone. She didn't even tell me. Yeah.
No way.
But she didn't want me to. She just entered and then, but she didn't win. But the guy that won it was, it was really, really good.
And just real quick, because you guys said you're into overarching themes and stories and all that sort of stuff. Are you Game of Thrones fans?
Can't wait for the last season. It's just imminent, right?
Yeah.
Is it now though? Is it next week or something? I'm a huge fan. Every time there's a new season, I'll go back and watch every other episode leading up to it. So I'm going to have to do that in like a week or so. But
you ain't got time for this.
Who do you think's going to be on the throne?
I don't know. Probably Tyrion.
That'd be too easy.
Tyrion. Yeah.
Honestly, I've not read the books, so I can't really.
But they've gone beyond the books now.
I wouldn't have a clue.
So my vote's Tyrion.
All right.
He's like the all-rounder. He's got everything. Yeah. Well, not everything, but.
Well, thank you so much for having a chat, gents. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Cheers.